Overcoming fear of flying. How I ended my fear of flying using one simple trick. Hi guys, this is Malvika and welcome to my channel. As per statistics, more than one third of the population of the world experiences some form of anxiety when it comes to flying. I realized it's a big number and thought I should make a video on this. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how you can change or overcome your fear of flying using one simple trick that has worked wonders for me. I call it the identity trick. Also, I give you a bonus tip called the 5-second rule. Do check it out. You will be surprised, but I had severe fear of flying, and this happened quite unexpectedly. During my first few flights, I never really experienced any kind of fear, but eventually it started gripping me flight after flight. While the first flight I took was somewhere around 2010, this fear only came to me around the year 2015. It was at its peak in 2019, which is quite recent. And this also happened to be the year I took the most number of flights in my life. It is not a good feeling to have when you know that you love traveling and you are not going to stop it no matter what. And therefore I realized I had to do something to change this and change this right now. So how did I finally overcome it? For me, the fear clearly started as a fear of turbulence, which transformed very quickly into fear of flying. I'm going to tell you the one trick that helped me, and I call it a trick because it isn't really based on facts. I tried to take the rational way out of this, but facts did not help my mind to change how I feel about flying. Initially, I approached my friends who are pilots and air hostesses. I also approached Google for statistics regarding flight crashes caused because of turbulence. Each of them repeatedly told me that turbulence doesn't cause a flight to crash. Pilots tried to convince me about the heavy safety protocols that commercial flights use, about how turbulence is pretty similar to potholes on roads, and there's nothing really to worry about. They also said that pilots don't try to dodge turbulent storms because it is dangerous or because the flight might free fall, but they do it just because it is uncomfortable for the customers. Facts after facts, statistics after statistics, no, didn't help me. So basically, I'm not saying this doesn't help. All these facts might help some of you to have control over your fear of flying, and if that is the case, you won the battle. For me, it just did not work. And I started looking elsewhere for answers because I did not want to live with this fear. I magically came across a post on Facebook from one of the fellow travelers who was facing the same issue. And the trick that I use now comes from her. So thanks to her. The first thing to tell yourself is that this fear of flying is a story your mind has been telling you and feeding you. It has become a part of your identity, of who you are. You literally start identifying yourself as someone who fears flying no matter what, and you accept the reality. Once you realize this, you can make a conscious shift in changing your identity whenever you travel. How do you change your identity consciously? It is extremely easy. You just need to weave a story around yourself by asking a few rather simple questions. And don't let your mind trick you. Just keep shutting it down every time it tries to bother you with negative thoughts. Here's a list of 10 questions which you can ask before getting on a plane to create a new identity for yourself while flying. 1. What does he or she do for a living? Where is he or she from? What has he packed in his suitcase? How is she dressed today for a flight? What is he looking forward to once he reaches the destination? How does she walk the aisle when boarding the plane? What songs or movies is she going to listen and watch today while on the plane? What is he going to have from the snack cart? What beliefs does she have about flying? What is he going to say to the person sitting next to him? Now, these are some questions which would really help you flip the script. You basically see yourself as a third person with a completely different outlook to flying. In essence, you just pretend to be someone else when you're flying. When you do this once, twice, multiple times, there will come a time when you would have tricked your mind into convincing that the other identity is actually you. You would have programmed your subconscious mind to think differently. You won't even know, and your fear of flying would just vanish. Now, before I end this video, one bonus tip while practicing this trick is the 5-second rule. No, not 10 seconds, 5 seconds. Have you heard of the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins? It basically states that there is a 5-second window when you could change the direction of your thought before the brain actually resists to make that change. This helps in acting towards your goals, decisions in life, and therefore it definitely helps here in this situation. If you think your mind is wandering back to those original thoughts about flying, count back from 5 to 1 and change the thought. This identity trick, along with the 5-second rule, has helped me overcome my fear really fast, and I do hope it would help you do the same. Do let me know, what do you do to overcome your fear of flying? Hope you found this video informative, and I promise to make some more like these. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And thank you very much. I will see you soon.